Alright, guys, so we're back yet again, and we're going to be doing another movie review. And today we're going to be talking about Talk to Me. Now, again, this movie came out a few years ago. It came out in 2022, and never watched it. If I did watch it, I didn't remember. You guys can watch this right now on Netflix, YouTube, Hulu, uh, any other streaming platform if you want to. But overall, this movie was kind of, I would just say, interesting to a certain degree because the entirety of the movie is based around this one character by the name of Mia, who's played by Sophie Wilde. Now, again, I've never really seen her in any other movie. If I did, I really don't remember. The other one that I know I recognized in here, Miranda Otto, who played in The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, and some other movies, The Lord of the Rings, and among other platforms. But the entirety of this movie is based around Mia and her friends, and she has a hard time with her father. She lost her mother, and she's just trying to find her way in life. She's really close to this one family, to her friend and her brother, and their other friends get caught up in this unknown game where it is like a not a statue, but more like a hand that was either made of wax, or it was just someone's. I don't know. It could have been someone's hand that has long been gone. Don't know. And they hold the hand and they say talk to me, and then they get unknown spirits to talk to them, and they invite them in, and they're pretty much inviting in possession at this point. And basically what they do is they hold on, I think, for about 30 to 60 seconds, and then they're able to get them out, and they just get a real high off of it, and they act like idiots, and they just make fools of themselves, and they record and everything of that nature. But unfortunately, what takes the turn is when Mia's friend's brother decides to play the game, even though he's a lot younger, and he wants to prove something to everybody. He, unfortunately, from what she thinks, gets in contact with her mother, and she wants to try to talk to her. And then, as soon as she lets this go on a little bit longer, either someone else takes possession of him or something else occurs, and he just unleashes hurting himself, and then he has to go to the hospital, then to where she feels so bad it causes issues with the family, and she starts going down the rabbit hole of having to uh, not only go to her friend's boyfriend, but at the same time of anyone that is willing to listen. And she becomes so obsessed with this hand where she continually uses it to be able not to only talk to who she thinks is her mother, but at the same time causes more issues with her father, and just continues to go down this rabbit hole to where she becomes almost clinically insane, to the point where she even tries to help her friend's brother, but at the same time he's so far into the possession where no one thinks that he's possessed, that he just had a very big mental breakdown, and there's no other way to help him other than to get him on medication and strap him onto a bed and get him help, which again, anyone's going to think that that's what normally happens in a movie. And as soon as everything occurs where she gets this information of he's being tortured in the other realm or in hell or whatever, she comes up with this opinion of, from her, what I'm assuming could be her mother's spirit, or manipulation from a bad spirit or a demon, and she tries to off this kid, but she changes her mind at the last minute, and she sacrifices herself, and then she's on the other side of the table when she gets summoned, pretty much, to the talk to me line. But what's weird is that you think there's only one hand, but she ends up going into Greece, I think, where these people are playing this game, and then that's how the movie ends. So overall, this movie is, whether people want to say, oh, it's good, or it's bad, or whatever. Me personally, I feel like this movie was a one and done for me. I don't feel like it was anything very interesting. I think the only thing that was interesting was, how was this handmade? Where was this handmade? Why was it made other than probably from the hand of a medium or from someone that had passed on that their hand was being used for evil deeds? And it just turned out to be something really, stupid for teenagers to do, and people to get high and drunk and basically act like idiots. And again, that's what normally happens in a lot of these movies. But again, do I recommend this film to know anybody? I would say if you're a horror fan, give it a shot to at least have your own opinion of it. But me personally, I would not recommend this movie to anyone. I think this movie was written very poorly. I think this movie was acted very poorly, and the only thing that really grabbed my attention in this film was when the possession really started to see exactly where all this was coming from and how to stop it, and why was this these people getting possessed so easily because of this unknown item that they were messing with. So again, it just wasn't really explained. There was really no lore into it, and I was just disappointed in the film. I was disappointed. Being a big horror fan, you want a decent horror movie, but sometimes they're a hit and a miss. Sometimes they're a home run, and a lot of times, as of late, some movies that I've been coming across just hasn't been hitting the mark for me. But what do you guys think of this film? Have you ever heard this film? Would it something that you would say is a good movie or a bad movie? Either way, what are your thoughts about it? Let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you as always on the next one.